don't know if I'm live yet. About to go through setup process and see what's popping. See if I can get on there. YouTube. My channel. Live now. Got me on the screen live. Let me What's going on, Mousetrap? You know what I mean? What's going on? Shout out to Mousetrap for being in the stream. You know what I mean? What's going on, Mousetrap? What's going on? Shout out to Mousetrap for being in the stream. You know what I mean? Do I look fuzzy? Anybody? You know what I mean? Do I look fuzzy or is it just me? Well, now I look good up there, so I'm good. But really today what I wanted to talk about was the Note 7, you know what I mean? So this is right here, you know. Let me get the case up off of it. I wanted to talk about the Note 7 because you know, the Note 7 will be going back pretty soon. And I really, you know what I mean, kind of upset about it because, you know what I mean, the Note 7 to me was the flagship of the year. You know what I mean? This is the device that I look forward to all year. So, you know what I mean? In one instance, I'm kind of upset about it. In another instance, I'm like, hey, it's a phone. I'll get over it. You know what I mean? But my whole gripe is, you know what I mean, you get all these accessories, you know, for a device, and then they recall it, and then you stuck with all these accessories. You know, well, let me rewind. Let me go back a little bit. So anybody who don't know, the Note 7 has been officially recalled for the second time and the final time. You know what I mean? So the Note 7 production is stopped. The selling of the Note 7 is stopped. So if you got a Note 7 device, I'm getting text messages, I'm getting emails, I'm getting all type of stuff telling me to power down. You know what I mean? Telling me to power down, let it go, don't mess with the Note 7 no more. You know what I mean? Like, trade in your device, return it, get your money back, whatever. I'm getting all these emails and, you know what I mean, all type of other stuff telling me to do that. So, my thing is with the Note 7, like I said, this was a device that I waited for a while. You know what I mean? Like, since, you know, it's rumors and all that stuff, man, I was waiting on the Note 7, you know. So, to me, you know, it's a big letdown. It's a big letdown because it was a big device, you know, one of the top flagships of 2016 it was supposed to be. So, you know what I mean? To me, it's kind of messed up. But, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. So I'm not crying about it. But, as usual, you know, Verizon ain't making it easy on the dude. So, you know, I go to trade in my device and I'm like, I call him on the phone. First, I get on the chat. I'm on the, you know, chat with him. And I'm like, you know, I need to trade in my Note 7 and whatever. So they're like, well, what device do you want? And I'm like, I'm looking probably towards the iPhone 7 Plus, you know, in the matte black 256 gigabyte. And they're like, okay, well, let's check this out. So they get into checking it out. And my account, you know what I mean, I hadn't paid up my bill yet, you know. So I had like $371. It was past due. And, you know, they were like, well, you know, we can't process this order yet. And this trade, this return, this trade in, this upgrade, this is what they kept calling it. We can't process this upgrade until this past due of $371 is paid. So I'm like, I don't understand that, because my bill, you know, I'll pay it in 2 days, you know what I mean, or a couple days or whatever, whenever I get the time to pay it. But I'm like, so you're telling me you want me to hold on to this explosive device that is dangerous, supposedly dangerous, and supposedly, you know, could be fatal if it, you know, catch you in the wrong, you know, the wrong spot. You want me to hold on to this device? And they're like, no, 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 no. We don't want that. We don't want you. We're not telling you to keep your device. I'm like, but you're telling me you won't do my upgrade, my mandatory upgrade, which is not an upgrade of my choice. Like, if I had the choice, I'd keep it. You know what I mean? Real rap, I'd keep it. But they're telling me, you know, to power down, let it be. So I'm like, I'm trying to be compliant, you know? So I'm like, I'm trying to power it down. I'm telling them this is my only device. Now I got the S7 Edge still, you know? So I'm like, this is my only device. If I power down a 07, I don't have a device. So I need y'all to, you know, send me this iPhone 7 Plus so we can get it popping. And, you know, they kept iterating that we're not telling you to keep this phone. But I'm like, if you're not sending me the iPhone 7 Plus right now, yeah, you're telling me to keep the phone, because we're telling me right now to keep it because you're not processing my order. And I'm like, this is not something I'm doing by choice. So why not just, you know, you're going to get paid regardless. So why not just give me my new phone that, you know, I'm entitled to, because it's a mandatory, you know, thing. So give me the phone and you'll get your money. But we went round and round and round. They give me a customer service number to call customer service. Talking to customer service, I tell them the same thing. We get all the way to the order processing part. Then they get back on the phone and like, we can't do it because of past due balance. So I'm like, yo, I pay y'all people, like, I've had $500 bills. You know, I had like three $500 bills, like 6, 7, 8, 10 plus $400 bills, consistently $300 bills. And I'm like, and y'all are stressing me about this for something that is not even my fault. Like, this is a mandatory upgrade that I wanted, you know what I mean, that's supposed to happen regardless, you know what I mean? So you're stressing me. You're forcing me to keep a explosive device. And, you know, they kept reiterating too, no, no, no. We're not telling you to keep the device. We're simply saying that this has to be paid. So, make a long story short on this, I ended up making a payment arrangement. You know what I mean? I did that. And then I went back to customer service, and they still kept hitting me with, you know what I mean, hey, this has to be paid, you know, before we could process the order. And I'm like, but the person before you said that as long as I made a payment arrangement, I can get the phone and we can, proceed. So I got mad. I just hung up on them because I'm like, y'all are bullshitting me. So tomorrow I'm probably going to hit them again, and I'm just going to go even harder, try to get some free shit out of it. You know what I mean? But like I said, the Note 7 being fucked up kind of threw me for a loop. You know what I mean? Because I definitely thought after the first recall that it was going to be straight. You know what I mean? I'm like, the first recall here. You know what I mean? So all the new devices is going to be gravy. And that ain't the case. You know what I mean? That ain't the case. And I mean, to me, I felt like it was more people wanting to get attention. Because I'm like, don't nobody I know with the Note 7 had that problem. Don't nobody I know who knows somebody that got a Note 7 ever had a heating problem. So to me, I think it was more for attention. And I mean, I'm not gonna say that Apple planted a bomb or nothing to make this happen, but they're the only company benefiting from this. You know what I mean? They're the only people benefiting. And then you got cases where at the end, you know, they're saying the people who are turning in their Note 7 are getting iPhones. You know what I mean? So a lot of this shit just seemed planned, but a lot of people think it might be the end for the Note line. You know, Flossie Carter said the Note line could be tainted, you know, forever, because you know the future Note phones are going to be associated with blowing up. You know what I mean? Who wants that? You know, who wants a device that potentially will blow up? So it's just crazy. It's craziness going along with this phone and you know what I mean, this device. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not stressing it, and like I said, I'm just gonna grab me the iPhone 7 Plus, and we gonna keep it moving. You know, that's what we gonna do. So yeah, but my thing is, like, you know, you buy all these cases and all this other stuff for the Note 7, and you know what I mean, now what you gonna do? You know what I mean, what you do now? Because now you know you're stuck with all this stuff, and ain't everybody ain't giving you refunds. You know what I mean, you're not getting refunds for all this stuff, so you just stuck with all this new stuff that you got. You know what I mean? I got like 20-something cases, and you know, I mean, like I said, I ain't bitching about it. I ain't never bitching about it, but I just think it's funny now that, you know what I mean, you stuck with all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you stuck with product you can't even give away. You know what I mean? Like, I got a drawer full of cases. Like, I got, you know, speaking cases. I got, you know, just regular cases. I got cases upon cases. I got a whole drawer full of cases. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do with these? Like, you can't give these away. I couldn't give these away if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody going to have a Note 7. So, I mean, it's just... And I ain't... That's the crazy part. Like, this case right here, this Gooseberry was one of the most premium cases, one of the hottest cases I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? And I never get to use it. I ain't even used it yet. You know what I mean? Like, waterproof cases. This is another premium joint. Like this WWW premium joint, yo. Like another one of the best wallet cases I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, I never get to use it. So I got more ducked off in here somewhere, you know. Just case after case after case that never gonna get used. And I mean, it is what it is. But I just think it's crazy, you know what I mean? Samsung, the Note line going under the way it did, taking the hits the way it did, and you know what I mean? So vamoose to the Note 7 line. So, I mean, I don't never try to tell nobody what to do. So, if you're not going to get rid of your Note 7, then you're not going to get rid of it. It is what it is, you know? But, in due time, you know what I mean? They will. You ain't going to have no updates for it. You know what I mean? You ain't going to have nothing. So, it's just going to be basically for show. So, you could be like, when motherfuckers be like, yeah, you know, what happened to the Note 6 and the Note 7? And you be like, well, they never came out with the 6, but they came out with the 7. And they be like, what are you talking about? You know, and then you pull out this, like, this was the Note 7, you know, before it started blowing up. You know, but, yeah. And it's crazy because, like, I was geeked to get the Note 7. You know what I mean? I was turned up for a check to get the Note 7. But iPhone I don't care about. You know what I mean? I really don't care about the iPhone 7. It was a device that I was going to get just for the channel anyway. You know what I mean? Just to put something on the channel for it. But, you know what I mean? Like, now, I mean, I'm sitting here like, damn, I get it. I have to get it now. Because I'm like, there's no other phone out there that's appealing to me. Like, I don't think the was a Pixie phone, whatever that shit is, like, that shit don't amuse me. That shit, I mean, like, everybody putting all this stock and spending all this money on it, and I understand, you know, YouTubers, you want it for the channel, so I understand that, but, like, this phone has no reputation, so you're getting a phone that has zero reputation, like, no reputation whatsoever, and people are spending grip on this phone, you know what I mean? I think it's overpriced to begin with anyway. But people are spending extra money to get this phone. And I'm like, why? Like, why spend that to get a phone? You know what I mean? That has no It has no history. You know what I mean? Like Google, this phone has no history. Nobody's, could sit here and say this phone's a top phone. You need to get it. You know what I mean? And me being a YouTuber, I need to be more open-minded with other devices. You know what I mean? I need to be more open-minded about like LGs and Motorola's and HTCs. I used to be HTC like all the way for a minute. Like the first smartphone I ever had, besides like the T-Mobile Sidekick, I don't even know if they consider that a smartphone, and like Blackberries and shit like that. Like the real first smartphone that I ever had was the HTC Evo. You know what I mean? So that was the first joint I had. And I was rocking with HTC for a minute. You know what I mean? I had a couple of HTCs. And then I started getting with Samsung. And, I kind of stuck with Samsung. Even though I had a couple iPhones here and there, in between there. And that was basically just to test them out and see what they was about. And see what the iPhone life is about. But, like I say, like, I'm not excited at all to get the iPhone. It's just like, hey, I'm getting the iPhone, Now I get to, do this and do that. And one of my main gripes with the iPhone compared to like an Android and, preferably Samsung is like I could take this Note 7 and say I'm listening to the radio or something in the car, which I never really do, but just say I do. I'm listening to the radio and a new song come on that I like. So I found out the name of the song. Excuse me. I go to Google, type in the name of the song, and I hit MP3 download. And I download the song straight to my device just like that. Just like that. Just as easy as I just said it, that's as easy as it happens. I download it. You can't do that with Apple. Like, in order for me to do that with Apple, I got to get on my desktop. I have to find a song on my desktop, download it, add it to my iTunes library, then hook my iPhone up to my desktop, and then, put it in that way. That's the only way that can happen. So, iPhones to me, they're good. They're basic devices, you know what I mean? Like, my mother needs an iPhone. My mother has, like, a flip phone still. She got, like, a trap joint, you know what I mean? So, like, my mother will be good for iPhone. Kids love iPhones. I think, kids should have an iPhone because I think they're really, they're up to par, of course. But, like, they're still easy enough for everybody to be able to maneuver through. Like, you can get into a Samsung device and you can get into some shit to where you be like, I didn't even know that was here. And I had the phone for 6 months and I didn't even know that shit was in there. You know what I mean? And when you get into files, like you can get into files in Android devices in general, not just Samsung, but you can do all that. And like, you can't do that with an iPhone. Like, iPhone is plain Jane. You want to change a ringtone, you gotta buy it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even download music unless you use what's that shit? My son used it. Not Zillow. He uses one app where you actually could do it. But, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up to the new people in the stream? Who's that? Timster, Triple Z, what's going on? Evos were nice back in the day. I had an ACC phone, M7, M8, nice speakers. Yeah, definitely, man. Evo was the truth back in the day. Like, I'll tell you, I was rocking the Evos, like the Evo 1 and all that, and like them, I was on those. Like, those was like the hottest phones to me back in the day. They were better than BlackBerry. What's going on, Eric? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, the Zedge, that's what it is. Like, my son be on Zedge, so that's how he get his ringtones on his iPhone. So that's another way to get around it. But it's just an extra step. Like, why should I have to go through this extra step to download a ringtone or, something from my phone where if I had an Android, I could just, plug it in and bang, it's good to go. So that's just my problem with iPhones. But I can't lie, iPhone to me is I'm biased because I look at it like it's Samsung and iPhone, Samsung and Apple. All the other companies are like, whatever. But, if I'm looking for a phone, if I'm really going to tell somebody, hey, you should get this phone, if I'm really with them two first. I'm just either, hey, you should get an Apple or you should get a Samsung. Now, if you like them two are out your price range, I can understand that. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to pay, all that money for a phone. Then we can get into some other models. But I'm going to recommend Samsung or Apple before I recommend any other device because those are proven devices. You know what I mean? Like, those are proven devices that I can actually say, yo, this is going to work for you. You can have this for 24 months until your next upgrade and not have no problems. You know what I mean? Now, I'd have been a liar if I told somebody that about the Note. But, I mean, this is some freak shit right there with the Note. So, what's up, Sean? Everybody in the stream. What up? But, like I'm saying, like, this whole Note 7 shit is, like, for the birds. And it is what it is. So, in a couple days, I'll be powering down for good and grabbing the iPhone 7 Plus. Now, this is probably what's going to happen. I'm probably going to try to get the iPhone 7 Plus in the matte black. That's the color I want. Now, I know the jet black is the most popular color. So, I just want the matte black, though. So, I'm guessing I'm going to try to get one of those two colors. And they're not going to have them. It's going to be back order. Because now the Samsung is blown up and done for good for the Note 7. Everybody's probably going to be trying to get, an iPhone. Because it's the next in line. You know what I mean? It's the next best phone. Everybody's going to be trying to get one. Especially the jet black or the matte black. I call it matte black. It's just black, I think. But everybody going to be trying to get them. But, like I said, man, I got tons and tons of accessories that I'm not going to get reimbursed for. Because I didn't buy them through Samsung. Or I didn't buy them through Verizon, either. So I'm not going to get reimbursed for that. So I'm going to have all these 23 cases for the Note 7 that I can't never use again. And can't nobody use them. You know what I mean? Like, I can't nobody use them. Yeah, the jet black definitely scratches easy. I watched videos on the jet black. And they even have a disclaimer. If you really look, there's a disclaimer about the jet black that says that it scratches easy. So it's not going to be covered under no warranty or nothing. Apple's slick. Samsung got it down too. Even with the water resistance on those phones, you know what I mean? They got it in the small print that if your phone is water damaged, they're not liable. You know what I mean? So y'all got to watch that. Everybody who be doing them water tests and all that shit, like, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna do it on the Note 7 right before I send it back. So therefore, I ain't got to worry about it because I'm like, it's going back any damn way. So definitely doing the water test on that. There are many phones that is great alternatives for the Note 7. That's what a lot of people say. Like, I watched Marcus Brownlee, MKBHB, HD, whatever. I watched his joint. He had like the top 5 alternatives to the Note 7. And what he said was some alternatives was he had the S7 Edge was an alternative to the Note 7. The S7, the iPhone 7 Plus, the Pixel phone, and there was one more joint in there that was like alternatives to the Note 7. And Eric, what I think about the Pixel phone, honestly, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. Like, everybody is hopping on it because it's stock Android, but I'm looking at it like this Pixel phone is not, like, it's not established. You know what I mean? So, like, why am I going? And then it's overpriced. Like, who's going to pay? Well, who's going to pay? A lot of people is paying buku money for this phone that nobody really knows how it's going to stand up. You know what I mean? So, like, if I spend $1,000, I spend $969 on an iPhone, I know an iPhone's going to last. I know that. I know my iPhone's going to last. If I spend $869 on a Note 7, well, before, I know my Note 7, I can't even say that no more, but I thought my Note 7 would last. So, you know what I mean? Like, that to me, those are established brands. There's other established brands too. But, like, for the Pixel phone, like, it's a brand new brand. Like, it's a brand new phone. Like, everybody is going crazy and like, oh, they pre-ordering and all this. And I know, like, everybody's looking for that Note 7 alternative. You know what I mean? So they're looking for something new to grasp onto, something that everybody might not have. And the Pixel phone, I mean, to me, just don't do it. But even to me, the iPhone don't do it for me. You know what I mean? The iPhone isn't like, wow, you know what I mean, to me. Like, the Note 7 was a wowzer to me. Like, I felt like the Note 7 was that shit. Like, I wasn't gonna need another phone I could have that Note 7 for 2 years and be straight and not worried about having another device, and it would still be top par with all the new devices that was coming out. That's what I felt about the Note 7. The iPhone 7 Plus, I felt like They threw the iPhone 7 out there just to have a device for 2016 to be a top flagship. That's what I felt about that. Because I think next year when they drop the iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus and all the other shit, and even the iPhone, was it 7? They had an iPhone 7 Plus, another like off edition of the iPhone 7. I think it's going to blow the 7 and the 7 Plus out the water. I think those specs are going to just blow them out the water. And I think that they just released their phone just to have a phone out for this year. They compete, and people gonna grab it anyway. Look at the iPhone, what was it, SE? That's a piece of shit. It's the iPhone 5, iPhone 5C with a new body and a couple features. It's the same thing. And it was selling out. People was grabbing that phone all over the place. But it's a piece of shit. I mean, bottom line, it's a piece of shit. It got Apple name on it, people going bad. Just like a phone with Samsung name on it, people going bad. You know what I mean? So it's brand loyalty. You know what I mean? People got brand loyalty and they'll grab it regardless of what it says, regardless. Like, that's how I felt about Samsung. I didn't give a fuck it was blown up. I didn't care. I was going to get me a Note 7. So I got my Note 7 after the first recall. You know what I mean? So I didn't care because I wanted the Note 7. So that's how I feel about it. Like, the Pixel phone to me just ain't doing it. The iPhone ain't doing it, but it's the next best thing on the market, I feel. So I'm going to grab it, you know, and it's going to be, you know, put it on the channel or whatever. And, you know, I got, 14 days before I got, you know, decide to change it or exchange it if I don't like it. But I'm like, what am I going to exchange it for? You know what I mean? A Moto Z, you know, one of them ones where you can switch the backs and all that shit. I ain't into that, you know what I mean? And that's where, as a tech reviewer, I feel my channel struggles because, you know what I mean, I don't get into all those other devices, you know what I mean? I research them, I look at them, you know what I mean, I check them out in the store, but I'm not buying like I'm not buying a Motorola phone, you know what I mean? I'm just not doing it. And I noticed they even got Motorola's for like $100. They were supposed to be top specs, but I'm not buying that, you know what I mean? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying budget phones. I'm sticking to the top dogs, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. And like I said, my channel might struggle because of it, because I'm not broadening my horizon yet. But this is my lane, so I'm sticking in my lane right now for what I got. But let me get into the stream. Let me see what they're doing. Mousetrap still in here. Shout out. Amazon said they're doing refunds. Yes, sir. I really hope it doesn't kill the Note brand. I'm down for the Note 8. What about the V20? Eric, that's like I said, like the V20 spec wise is on point. It's on point. But like I'm not into those, you know what I mean, phones. And to me, like I said, that's where I need to start branching out and getting more devices. But I look at it like I'm the average consumer. You know what I mean? I'm not no rich guy. I'm the average consumer. I get 1, 2, 3 phones maximum a year. And I'm talking $800 to $1,000 phones. I might get 3 of them a year. So with me, I'm like, if I'm going to get a phone, it's going to be a Samsung, it's going to be an Apple, and maybe another one of those two, if not something else that's, you know, popping at the time. So really, like the V20, it's a nice phone. It's nice. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know if it's my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Not right now, at least. And yeah, and another thing about like the Note 7 going down, like I planned on getting the Icon, with the Icon X, Icon earbuds, whatever. I was planning on getting those. I was gonna get the new Samsung watch. Now I don't, you know, those plans are out the window, you know, because I'm not gonna have a Galaxy device. So those plans are out the window. So now I'm gonna probably end up getting a new iPhone, Apple Watch or whatever. I never had an Apple Watch, so I'm probably gonna grab one of them. And I'm not too crazy about them because Apple Watches aren't standalone devices. Like, I can't use it without my phone, you know, so it is what it is, man. What about the Axon 7? Axon 7 is another one, you know what I mean? People are loving it, and it's a great device. It stands up, nowhere near, you know, Note price, nowhere near Apple price, you know what I mean? Nothing like that. So it's definitely a stand-up device. Spec-wise, you know what I mean? You're getting top specs. And I appreciate that, you know what I mean? And the average consumer should appreciate that, because it's not killing your pockets to get, you know, that device. It's not going to kill your pockets, and it's going to be, you know, it can stand spec-wise to be one of the top phones. Now, if it can last a year, 2 years into your next upgrade or whatever, that's, yet to be seen. But, I mean, it is what it is. That's the slogan for the day. It is what it is. But, yeah, man, today's just been not today, the last few days with this Note 7, shit just been crazy. But anybody who planning on keeping a Note 7, for good, and if you plan on keeping it, as a momentum or whatever, hit me up in a comment, hit me on Instagram, hit me in a comment or something like that, and I'll send you a case, because I can't do shit with them, Oh yeah, refunding accessories for the Note 7. Yeah, true. And that's cool. I got a lot of mine. A lot of cases that I got, I might pay for like a few of them, but a lot of them I got as a review unit. So I'm really not losing out as far as money wise. But some of them, like I paid for a lot of them. I might have just paid shipping. I ain't paid for the actual thing, but So like I said, anybody want a Note 7 case, hit me up. Check out my channel. Check out the videos that I did for the Note 7 cases. And if you see something that you like, hit me up. Tell me you like it. And I'll try to ship you that joint. Because, like I said, it ain't going to do me no good. Just sitting in my drawer collecting dust. And for the S7 Edge, I got cases for that. And for the S7, I got cases for that. I even got Note 4 cases, I can't get rid of. And I don't like throwing shit away. Because I'm like, man, I paid for this. I don't like throwing nothing away. Somebody might need it, somewhere down the line. So I'm kind of a hoarder in that sense. Tech gentleman, I feel you're not being rich. LG V20 on Sprint hitting for $900. $900, yo. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, you got to show me something. You can't just come out the door like, and the V10 I guess was decent, but you ain't gonna hit me with a $900 phone. Like, you look at the two top phones in the game right now. Was the Samsung Note 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus 7, and those phones were $800-$900,000 overpriced. So how do LG feel like they gonna slide in the game with a $900 device when the top two devices in the game was overpriced? They were already overpriced. And this is what I don't understand. Like, if you made... People going to pay for the Note 7 just because they like it. People going to pay for the iPhone 7 just because they like it. Just because of name and brand loyalty. But if you took that price, knocked $300 off. So you say the top iPhone is, I think, the 256 gigabyte and black or, matte black or whatever, jet black. It's going to run you like $969, something like that. And if you cut that down to like $700, yo, you know how many phones you would sell? You would sell probably triple the price. You would sell triple the quantity if you cut off $300 off that price. $300, it ain't really killing you. And like, honestly, I haven't seen much marketing on the Note 7 or much marketing on the iPhone 7. So you can't say they paying Lil Wayne now, because they was paying Lil Wayne like a motherfucker to do that S7 Edge. They was dropping dough on him, and they had Wesley Snipes and other dudes, in commercials. So they was dropping bread. All that money he was paying for the S7 Edge was going to Lil Wayne and all them. But now, for the Note 7, I can't remember too many commercials for the Note 7. I can't remember too many commercials for the iPhone 7. So why charge $900 for that device when it don't cost nowhere near that to make it? So why not make it $600, $700 at the most, $700 for the 256 gigabyte, and you straight. I guarantee everybody and their mama will have one. Everybody and their mama will have. You be buying iPhones for gifts. Like, yo, $700, boom, here you go. $700, boom, there you go. Why sell it for $1,000? You know what I mean? To where now you got to think like, oh, like, man, I told my mom that I paid $900 for a phone. She damn near chased me out the house. Like, $900 for a phone. She was like, that don't make sense to me. And like, I can't even justify it. That's the bad thing about it. When you spend that type of bread on a device, you can't even justify it. You can't even say, hey, it's the best phone on the market. I just had to get it. You just got to say, it is what it is. Like, I wanted it, I got it. And that's, coming from where I come from, when you want something, you get it, and you live with the consequences or whatever. But I'm like, You know what I mean? Like, my mom look at me funny as hell when I tell her, hey, I spent $900 on the phone. Even my little brother be like, yo, you spent that? You know what I mean? That's and real rap is more than my car note. It's more than my mortgage. You know what I mean? So people dropping that type of bread on phones. You know what I mean? Like, and it is what it is, because that's what you like. What you like. You know, I'm gonna pay for what I like. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pay for what I like. So, I mean, but for the LG V20, like $900, I can't see it. Like, I couldn't do that myself. You know what I mean? The iPhone and Samsung, I'll drop that bread, but not on no LG V20. Not me. Not happening. So, if you dropping, anybody in the stream plan on dropping $900 in the LG V20, just let me know, cause I need to check out that video if y'all do videos or something, because that's just bananas right there. That's bananas. But yeah, hold on, let me check this real quick. My wife. But like I say, man, let me see what's in the stream. What's up? I bought the Note 5. What do you think about buying it? The Note 5, like, is a stand-up device. You know what I mean? It's definitely a stand-up device. So, no knock on the Note 5. Now, the bad thing for me is I can't go from the Note 7 to the Note 5. Because the Note 7, like, the features in the Note 7, oh my God. Like, if you had a Note 7 and you know all the features that were in the Note 7, the always on display, the way the pen worked, the gift maker, all that shit. Like, if you had that on the Note 7 and you try to go back to the Note 5, no, my friend. Like, to me, it couldn't work for me. Like, and like I said, the Note 5 is an awesome device. So if you never had the Note 7, yeah, definitely get the Note 5. Definitely do that. But, man, the features on the Note 7, the features blow the Note 5 out the water. People think they're quite similar, and they are, just because they're both in the Note line. But you can't tell me if you had a Note 7 and you go back to the Note 5 that you can feel comfortable using the Note 5 after you use the Note 7. The Note 7 is upper echelon, you know what I mean? The Note 7 was just nasty with it. You know what I mean? Like, all the things you could do on there. Like, I had this phone 2 weeks maybe. 2 weeks and some change. Still shit I ain't find out in this phone. Like, and I was going through section by section, you know, so I didn't get too far and didn't get too lost and then, you know, forget to do it. But, man, there's so much shit in this Note 7 that it's just, like, dope. It's just dope. That's the only way you can describe it, as being dope. You know what I mean? That I couldn't go back. I couldn't go to the Note 5. And I never had the Note 5 personally. I played with the Note 5, you know what I mean? I you know, worked with it a little bit, but I never owned a Note 5. But, I mean, to go back to that, I don't know. And I ain't knocking the Note 5, because like I said, the Note 5, awesome device. Awesome. You know what I mean? It's nice. It stands up. You know what I mean? It can still be relevant in today's tech. You know what I mean? So if you look at today's, you know, devices, it can still be relevant for sure. You know what I mean? Y2K. Glad I bought the S7 Edge and it's not giving numerous problems like the Note 7. But to be honest, when I got my S7 Edge, about 2 months later, the Note 7 came out and I was like, yeah, I still got my S7 Edge. That's what I'm live streaming from right now. So I still got the S7 Edge. And the S7 Edge is on point. You know what I mean? The S7 Edge was stand up. You know what I mean? It's in there like swimwear. And I fucks with the Note 7. You know, but S7 Edge. But to me, the S7 Edge, it don't compare to the Note 7. The features, I mean, it has always on display. It has a lot of things that the Note 7 has, but the Note 7 added extra things in it. And the S7 Edge might even get those things, like with an update, you know what I mean? Like, as far as the always on display, being able to put the picture on there and able to change the color of the numbers on the always on display, you know what I mean? We got the time on there. So that, you know what I mean, it could come. It probably will come in an update. You know, but for right now, if I'm comparing them right now, Note 7 up here, S7 up here, and Note 5 probably a little bit under the S7 Edge, you know. But I mean, if you just have to have the S Pen, then definitely, you know, cop that that Note 5 and you know, and let it ride. You know, if you just have to have the S Pen. And the S Pen is ridiculous, man. Like, if they scrap the Note line, man, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick if they scrap the Note line. But I can understand because, like I said, it's tainted. It's tainted. Like, the Note line took damage. Like, it took major damage with these recalls. Like, and I mean, I don't believe them all. Like I said earlier, I don't believe all of them. But the fact of the matter is it happened. People believe it. It hit mainstream media. They ran with it. And it's here. It happened. You know what I mean? So there's nothing you can do about that right now. But just take your loss. And you don't really take a loss as the consumer. I mean, you don't take the loss like Samsung. You ain't take no $17 billion loss, $18 billion loss. So you're not taking a loss. But you take a loss because you don't take the financial loss. But you take the loss as falling in love with a device and, you know, looking like I do research on devices, especially devices I really want. Man, I did so much research or homework on the Note 7. You know what I mean? Was doing all type of shit for the Note 7. And now I got to get rid of it, you know? So that's how you lose out, you know, as the consumer. But you don't lose out financially. You know, everybody going to get their bread back. And anybody who get the Note 7 from Samsung, get on them, man. Get on their ass. Tell them you're so disappointed. Just break them. Like, just come at them. If you got to be ghetto, be ghetto. You know, do what you got to do. Get some free shit out of that. Because it's not your fault that the Note 7 fucked up. So do what you got to do and get some free shit out of that. If you got your shit from Samsung. I'm definitely trying to work Verizon to get some free shit out of Verizon. Like, you know, give me a free watch. Give me a free couple cases. Give me something. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just don't exchange my device and, hey, be on your way. Like, no. I need something in exchange. I need something for this. You know what I mean? So definitely, if you got it from Samsung, you better give them the business. You better give them their works. Like, make them feel it. Like tell them how much the Note 7 you losing it fucked you up. Like, mentally. Like, I gotta go to the hospital now because the Note 7 fucked me up because I ain't got it no more. But I'm being serious. Like, really get on them because you could definitely get some free shit out of it. And, you know, I'm not all in the free shit, but I mean, shit is free. Like, work the system, because I guarantee the system gonna work you. You know what I mean? They gonna work you all the time. So get what you can get from Samsung, man. Hit them motherfuckers hard. And like I said, I fuck with Samsung, but I don't have no stock in Samsung. You know what I mean? I'm not attached to them. They don't pay me. So, you know what I mean? If you paid me Samsung, it might have been different. But until that day, hit them dudes. Like hit them like them $800 phones that they was hitting us with. Hit them with some shit and try to get some shit out of them. Get a free Fitbit. Get a free new Gear Watch. Get a free Note 5. Get anything you can get free. Anything is better than nothing. But work them. Like, work them. Get that shit, yo. Real rap. But, what time is it? Almost time to go pick up my children from basketball practice. So, yeah, man. Like I said, if y'all want any Note 7 cases, hit me. Leave a message in the comments of the stream if you can. If you can't, hit me on Instagram. Check out my videos that I did for the Note 7. And y'all can grab a case if y'all want it. I'll send it to you. Because I ain't got no use for the shit. Same with the S7 Edge. Y'all want an S7 Edge case? Check out my videos. Tell me which one you want. I'll send you that joint. Same with the S7. Any S7 cases that you seen on my channel is up for grabs, and you can get that thing too. You know, but I appreciate everybody joining the stream, everybody hanging out with me for the last almost hour, 30 minutes, whatever we've been on here for. It's been real. But I gotta go, gotta pick up the little ones. But like I said, I'm gonna try to stream more and more, like every day, if I can, you know, just to get, you know, into the field and used to streaming. So holla at your boy. We out to the next one. DOAKABONDS Urban Tech Reviews. We out. Deuces.